Good morning, everyone. This is Craft Addict K. I'm Carla,
And I'm Sam.
and this is a channel about cross stitch, and we welcome all positive comments. We have not had a video in almost 2 weeks. Sorry for the delay. It's actually been like about a week and a half, because of life events and just because we need to have something to show you, and that's why we're here today. We have a lot to show you. So, just some old business. Samantha and I are welcome to any criticisms and any critiques to help us grow our channel and improve our channel, and we welcome your feedback. However, we also want it to be kind and we want it to come from a good place. And we were subject to a really negative comment that some of our followers had followed up with us, and thank you very much for that. It has been addressed, it's been taken care of, and I just want to say that from the bottom of our heart, this channel was created because Samantha and I wanted to share our love with cross stitch. We wanted to meet other people in our area. I don't have a local needle shop. Samantha and I have been stitching about a year. Actually, I started last October 2018, and really wanted to meet people. We went to StitchCon, and when we came out of StitchCon, and some of you may know this story if you watched this from the beginning, Samantha said, when are we going to do our floss tube video? So
it was like the whole time we're like, oh, I'm thinking about starting my StitchCon, or not StitchCon,
floss
tube. Everybody at StitchCon's like, do it. I want to see it happen.
So here we are, we did it, and so our video is a log of the cross stitch things that we stitch on. Updating friends that are otherwise we would never see. Some are in Hawaii. Hi, Jan. She sat behind us in StitchCon. Some in Arizona. Daphne, Darcy. So these are people that we probably would never see. Gary in Florida. Until next year at StitchCon. Hopefully we'll see them. So this is a way of letting them know, hey, we're still here and we're still stitching and we still love the craft. But it's also a way to meet other people that may stumble across our video that would like to meet up. And we have our first meetup next Sunday, and I'm really excited. She found us through our videos and says, hey, where do you live in Western Pennsylvania? Because I live here. And I'm like, oh, you're like 15 minutes from us. So we've arranged and have coordinated a meetup that we can sit and stitch at a Panera next Sunday. We're really looking forward to that. And that's all because of putting ourselves out there in floss tube. And so be kind. Mm-hmm. If you don't like what video you're seeing right now and you're like, I don't know why I got this, I am not a cross stitcher, feel free to swipe by. If you're interested.
Nobody says that.
I know, right? Samantha, that bothers her. Swipe, pass us up, it's okay. This is for us. We want to look back on these videos. You know, someday Samantha's going to move on. Someday I'm not going to be here. That's the reality of it. So this leaves us a video journal that my children can come back and visit and say, yep, Mom talks a lot. And she did like her cross stitch. So.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything you want to add?
Not really. I mean, I wasn't offended or affected by all this criticism.
Yeah, we don't do drama well.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we won't delve into that. We're just going to say thank you for all your support and continued support, and we appreciate it. And again, if you have some critiques to improve, we welcome them. But negativity is not welcome on our channel. So, that being said,
we can get to the real stuff.
Let's get to the real stuff. We have a lot to go over today.
It's going to be a long video.
It's going to be a long video, so get your coffee, get your tea. I have my coffee cup, and if you see that, it says, I'm not weird, I'm a limited edition, and I'm one of a kind. So, that's my coffee cup. So, get your coffee, come back. We'll give you a few minutes. Samantha and I'll sing a song or something. Go ahead, Samantha, you start.
Don't spit out your coffee, that's all I got to say.
I guess she's not singing. Yeah. So how about we do some honorable mentions? We always call these shout outs, but that just seems so hard to me. Like, I don't want to shout at you. I want to give you an honorable mention because you know what? I saw your YouTube channel.
You deserve it.
You deserve an honorable mention. So for us, we're going to give you some honorable mentions. And we have 2 today that we want to do. And one of them would be Laura with Slovak Farms. Laura has a floss tube channel as well. I believe it's called the Slovak Farm. I'm pretty sure. She's from Ohio. She does do some dyeing, hand-dyed fabrics as well. And I have some of her fabrics in my haul that we'll show when we get to haul. And Laura is active on Virtual Stitchers, and she is such a joy to sit and talk with, and always has kind of a smart remark. You never know what she's going to say. So we just want to give Laura that honorable mention. If you haven't checked her out yet, her husband and her both do the channel, and the dynamic is very interesting between the 2 of them. And we call him Home Skillet. So visit Laura and Home Skillet. You're laughing.
It just sounds, it's a different nickname.
A different nickname. Okay, the other special honorable mention we would like to give is our dear friends in Florida, Gary, Sheila, and EJ. Congratulations on your 1 year of being a flosser in your 52nd episode. I have to tell you, I'm so happy for you. So this is the Sunshine Stitchers. If you haven't met them or seen them, you definitely should watch their videos. Go back to the beginning. It's always interesting to see people that have done floss tube for a long time, to go back to their first videos.
See where they came
and
from.
see where they came from. Because it is something. We learn every time we do a video, we learn something new. And I remember watching their first video. I just started cross stitching. They come up with their doo-doo-doo song, and I thought, well, this is interesting. And I laughed, and I continue to laugh with them throughout their videos. I don't think I've missed a single episode. I look forward to their Saturday release when it comes up. Thank you for taking the time and doing the effort of putting it in consistently every week without fail. They are there. If somebody's off on a trip or they're cruising around the world, they have people that step in, that fill in that third person, stitching buttons. Vicky Stitching Buttons is one that has frequented the show. So, and I like that they have friends. The F word is friends. It's not anything other than friends. So, and I consider all 3 very dear friends. EJ is also active on Virtual Stitchers, so we get to talk pretty routinely and see what each other's working on. And so it is just, I just got to say, I love your videos. I'm looking forward to another year and many more of seeing what you come up with and what you share with us. And my sister was with me. I got to say, she's not a stitcher. She's quilts. She watched I said, you've got to see these Sunshine Stitchers. And we chain watched 5 of your first 5 episodes, and she laughed through all of them and had such a great time. The dynamics, it's a great community, and you guys definitely are a shining star within our community. Okay, so there's my honorable mentions. Whew, that was a lot. Okay, so what's next?
I don't know. What is next?
I think it has something to do with you.
Is it?
I think you're next.
All right. Okay. Same segment. Here we go. I had my NHS induction ceremony. I didn't know what was happening, but I got through it. That's good.
That's very cryptic.
What?
Can you explain that a little better? I didn't know what was happening, but I got through it.
Yeah, I had to... What did I have to do? It was a while ago, man. I had to stand up and go to the front of the auditorium and repeat lines being said, which the guy...
That would be called an oath.
Oh,
the National Honor Society oath.
Okay, I was doing the oath or whatever. And I don't know if I said every line because the guy who was saying the lines had such a deep monotone voice that all the letters just sounded the same. And
I should premise this with Samantha is very shy. This is our videos put her outside of her comfort zone by a lot. So she is always the quiet one, has always been the person that doesn't like to be pointed out, doesn't like to be in front of the room, doesn't like any attention.
No.
So during this National Honor Society, she was definitely out of her element as far as comfort level. I think our videos in FlossTube has helped. And if you watch some of our first videos compared to now, you'll see that Samantha has cracked a little bit of that shell that she keeps herself secluded into a little bit. So there was a lot of students that had the honor of the National Honor Society at our high school. So I was very surprised. I even mentioned something to the teacher that when I was a kid, we didn't have this many people in National Honor Society. You were lucky if you had 10. And he said, that's fantastic. Like it's unusual to have this big of a group that was in their community doing the projects, making the grades that they needed to make to do and be honored with this. So we will insert pictures.
Yeah.
Here.
Anyway, we also went to Keystone Safari and saw a lot of animals.
Stop swinging.
Saw a lot of animals.
Yes. We're going to put some video and some pictures at the end of this video. So if you're interested in seeing what a Keystone Safari here in Pennsylvania entails, stick around for the end of the video and we will attach that at the end. My husband decided last weekend during 24-hour cross stitch that it would be a great idea to surprise me with a day trip.
She doesn't like surprises.
I don't like surprises, not that kind of surprises, and it was during my 24-hour cross stitch, which was on the calendar, I might add, on the refrigerator for the last 2 months. So,
but you don't really talk about that.
Yeah. So, but it was a very nice surprise. We get in the car, we drove, we showed up, and so it was a nice surprise, and it was someplace that we've been wanting to go. So, and it was a nice day. So we will insert pictures at the end. Okay.
That's it, isn't it? Oh, I had lots of homework. A lot of homework. The majority of my website you're going to see from me, I did last night. And technically this morning because it was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the girls at Virtual Stitch are always ask, where's Sam? Because we both get on there. I'm on there almost nightly.
She doesn't have homework every night, so.
I don't have homework. That's part of being an adult. You get all your work during the day, so you have your nights free. And Samantha's been working on papers and studying for tests, so it's been kind of nice this weekend having some stitchy time together. Okay, anything else?
No.
Okay, so let's jump into whips. So if you're ready, do you want me to go first?
Sure, it'll take you longer.
It will take me longer. Okay, so we're going to do whips.
Do you want me to write them down?
Yeah, you might want to add to the list here, right, if there's any that I didn't write down. So the first one I'm going to start off with is our new Schweinstein Castle. And this has been my 90-day challenge for the Full Coverage Fanatics. I'm in a lot of challenge groups, and
that's true. 100%, 130%.
I am definitely in a lot of challenge groups. So I just want to talk real quickly about challenge groups. The nice thing, yes, it's great to have a challenge, but you also get to interact with other stitchers that are interested in the same thing you're interested in, stitching. You also are presented with different challenges that really amaze you when you can succeed in what that is. Some challenges are very hard. Some of them are really easy. This challenge in particular is a 90-day challenge from Full Coverage Fanatics, which means they want you to touch your project every day for 90 days. Same project, 90 days. If you finish your project during that 90 days, you can start another project and continue. But the idea is that you do at least one stitch every day for 90 days.
Yeah. You can get away with one stitch per day, and she did that once.
I did do that once. I did one stitch just to get that day done because I was pushing the envelope. Hello, Poppy.
Sorry.
I guess we have some company.
Yeah.
This is Poppy. He always seems to try and make his debut when he feels he misses Samantha. Okay, so let's go back to the 90-day challenge, which is great. And I'm not trying to confuse anybody. So I've touched this every day since October 1st when it started. This is October 13th. I have not done my days today. Another group that I am in is called the Daily 30 Journaling Group. And it is a closed group with Shirley from Tranquil Stitches, or Cheryl, sorry, from Tranquil Stitches. And she does a challenge that is called Daily 30 for 5 days of the week out of 7 that you will do 30 minutes on a project. So I've combined the two, and I've used this as my Daily 30 project for those days. And I've touched it for like I said, 12 days. I've already got 1,300 stitches in the Neuschwanstein Castle and this is my honeymoon wedding piece, what have you.
But they are only 2 colors.
And it's only the 12th. So here you go. Without further ado, here we go. So I have sky, and you can see there's variegation. And my needle minder is a stone that I got when we were at the Keystone Safari. I picked up 4 or 5 stones there, and I turned them into needle minders, and my husband liked that one, so it's on my Neuschwanstein Castle. So this was a new start, October 1st, and that's where we're at. Okay, I'm going to start a stack kind of right there.
All right.
Okay.
You look overwhelmed.
I didn't take these out of the bags because, you know what, somebody said, well, I don't know why you do project bags. Well, because every project's a little bit different, and I want them to be kept in a bag that's nice. And not everybody gets to see a project bag. This is one that my friend Cindy made, and out of some fabric that I had given her, and I truly enjoy it. By the way, that Neuschwanstein Castle is on a 14 count Aida. And this is a book that I do. I have one of these little notebooks with every project bag because it keeps my counts and it keeps me straight. This is the anniversary. And I'm sorry, I put the card. One of the things I do, I use thread drops. So one of the things I do is I put the card with the information with the thread drop. So bear with me a second. I apologize. So this is the anniversary by Lila Studio. It's on a 32 count linen lamb's wool. It was a gift to me, and I started this August of this year. So there you have it. And I have added to the house, I think is basically done. Added some... I need Shelia's pointer added to with the, oh my goodness, sheep. And you can see I've started the gentleman's pants, so in the gate where they're standing. So there you have that.
Some good progress.
It's some good progress on there. I'm really tickled with how that's turning out.
I like them colors too. That green. Oh.
Yeah, I'm really liking how that's turning out. So I'm going to set that over there. The next one...
Does that go with that?
Yes. Thank you. The next project that I worked on, and I gotta say, a lot of these I worked on yesterday.
Yesterday was a definite progress boost.
Yesterday was a stitching day. My husband's working this weekend, so when husband works, Carla stitches. And so yesterday we were on Virtual Stitchers all day. Yeah. We kept that group going in there, and people were in and out throughout the day.
From 8 to 3 in the morning.
Well, I think I got off earlier than that. But
okay, 2:30.
When I did my counts for the stitches I did yesterday, I touched 7 projects trying to get challenges done. And in those 7 projects, I did over 1,300 stitches. So I was busy yesterday. So that's one of the reasons why you have so many of my whips coming at you today. Because I got a chance to work on them yesterday. And I'm hoping that you can see this.
I did 1,287 stitches.
This is Rudolph. And I didn't take him out of the Q-snaps. And I apologize. But I'm thinking about doing a whip parade at the end of the month. Because I want to see how close I am to finishes. And if there's any of them that I think I can finish before the new year, I want to try and get those, give myself time to push a finish out and make those focuses for the rest of this year to try and get them done. Like this is one I think potentially I could get done. I needed to do 200 stitches in red, so I did the U and part of the D because that's in red for 2 challenges. So that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and that's by Heinzit, and it is on an antique green 32 count Perman linen called Antique Green. So there is that. Told you I was gonna keep you guys well entertained today because I got a whole stack. Okay. The next one I had was my sewing machine. This one is a kit. It's a dimension kit. I pulled, it's on a 14, I believe it's a 14 count Aida. I had to do stitches in pink. So, down here are my pink stitches. And this was for a bonus for the 30-day challenge. So I had to do a total of 200 in pink. And so there is my pink stitches. You can see my sewing machine is starting to form up here. And the little cloth. And there's flowers and a butterfly and what have you. So this is not my favorite thing to stitch on, but it was a gift from my sister. Samantha and I have the same one we're kind of working on. On the same kind of fabric. Just not a big fan, but when my eyes are tired, it's an easy go-to. So there is that. Okay. Ooh, the stack is growing. Here's a new one I haven't pulled out in quite some time, and there was a challenge to doing stitches in white. This I am doing with sulky threads that I pulled. These are sulky threads. You can see those. I pulled those out of my stash. And this is called a Bluebird Salute. And it is by, I believe, Misty Purcell. Yes, Misty Purcell. And I needed white. Make sure I'm putting this on here in the right direction. And I haven't done it, as you can see, in a while. And I'm not sure if you can see the white, but there's stripes here to the flag. And that's my white stitches. So I'm not sure if you can see that. And it is on a 28 count Wisteria signature. So it's a Silk Weaver signature series. Again, Wisteria is what it's called. Bluebird Salute. So I will do more work on that. Probably later today, actually, because one of the monthly challenges for one of the groups I'm in is stitch on a patriotic piece.
Yeah. And
this is my patriotic piece. So I'm anticipating getting some more stitches in on this. I started that thinking that would be an easy stitch and it'd travel easy. And I hadn't stitched it. I was looking for white and I come across it. So that made me think maybe I do need to do that whip parade video that I see a lot of people do at the end of the year. I think I'm going to do it this month. October, I started stitching October 2018. Today is October 13th, 2019. So I think it's fitting to do a video of where we're at now. All right, the other big challenge I had is to stitch on. It was to do stitches on confetti. Well, you can't get any more confetti than a Hague pattern, and I am still working on my Story Keep Wolf Countess, and this is where I am. You can see her hair is started. You see I do park. Haven't gotten real far on this, but it's not a big piece. It is full of confetti, so utilizing that will probably be my next 90 day. If I'm still working on this, this might be another challenge that I add to myself. So
it's so small compared to your castle.
It is very small compared to the castle. It's only, I think it'll end up being like 2 inches wide or something. It's not very big. So, and that's in my Gay Run book bag.
I guess it's a book bag.
It's a book bag. And then last but not least,
it's not Autumn Quaker.
It is not Autumn Quaker, but it is Autumn. This is our Sociable Scarecrow. And wait a minute, let me get my information here on this one.
Ooh.
Okay, so Sociable Scarecrow, it was started September 25th of this year. It's a Glendon Place design. I put this on a hand-dyed fabric by Stephanie, and it is called Dried Thistle. It's a Lugana 32 count fabric, and my stuff is getting higher than what I can. That's where I am. I am in a challenge called Semi-Sane Stitchers, and I am currently at a mystery Halloween retreat online. And one of the things that we needed to do was to stitch 200 stitches on something with claws or in a kit. So this actually here is a bird with claws. And then I had to stitch 200 stitches on something I investigated in the room. And I did my teacup, but I did not bring the teacup here because there really wasn't much to show you. 200 stitches in blue. So maybe that'll be on the next video. But my story was that there was a teacup in the room that I thought had some blood or something on it. Since I didn't get to the red in that pattern, I didn't find any blood, but whatever was in the teacup had an odd smell, and I think it needs to go to the lab or somebody more important to me to have it investigated. So
interesting.
That was my investigation piece of it. So that is all of my whips. So, well, all of them that I'm sharing today. I have a lot more whips, but that's what we're going to be sharing today. Okay, Samantha, you're up.
You got a big stack of projects over
I
here.
do. While you're talking, I'm going to kind of move these over off to the side here, so
Okay.
you have room.
Well, I have 4 whips for this week. First I have my parchment tapestry. I think I've only been sewing borders and like this top little half of flowers or of a flower, and I got a page finished. Working on the second page, it's just I have to make another row of these little leaves, and I could start another flower, and yeah.
Okay.
It is on 32 count Belfast called Flax. Okay.
Beautiful stitches.
Next I have my Quaker Crow. It is on it's stitched with Bing Cherry by Classic Colorwork, and it is on hand dyed gray fabric flare, also 32 count. I had all this actual Quaker part done, and I was just stitching up this little staircase, and it's getting to like the actual big bird bit. Yeah.
That's a tongue twister.
It is. I also worked on my sewing machine. We both have the same sewing machine. It was for the Hogwarts homework, and I had to do
Yellow.
it wasn't yet. Well, I did sew the yellow bit on there. We had to do like 1,000 stitches over 4 projects because we're Hufflepuffs, and I did 700 stitches on my Seize the Day, and I did like 100 stitches on that in yellow because that's like my next part to do. Anyway.
Okay.
My throat's dry. Here's my, ooh, goodness, that's big.
Mm-hmm.
There's my Seize the Day. I did all of this little sand bit, caught up the water to here, did this treasure chest, and I did the anchor. And that was 700 stitches. You'd be surprised how many stitches went inside that treasure chest. There's like 800.
Okay.
And, yeah. Those were my whips of the week.
And she does a lot of stitch in hand. That's why you see Samantha's are more on the boards than mine. Because
ripples.
She rolls it up and does stitching in hand. God bless anybody that can stitch in hand. I can't. I need to have tension on my stuff. I just can't do it. Okay. Anything else?
No, that's all my whips.
Whips are done. So I hope you enjoyed the whip show that we had. I do want to talk about some of those challenging groups because some of the comments and things that we've discussed on Virtual Stitchers has helped me a little bit because I can understand the hesitancy to join a challenge group because you don't want to let your team down, or maybe some people in the group are a little bit more competitive. In general, I can tell you that from my own personal experience, and I know, from talking to other people, not everybody's experiences are the same, is the whole point of the challenge is to get you to touch your whips and give you focus on something. I mean, when you can sit and you don't think about, do I really want to stitch on that? But if you're thinking, I need to do 100 stitches in purple, and that's my project that has the purple on it, I'll pull that project out and do 100 stitches in purple. Even it might not be just on the surface something I'm not interested in stitching, I feel better just making progress on it, and you get through those humps, I guess, for lack of another term that I can come up with on the fly. But you get through those hurdles that kind of stall out on a project that you're just like, yeah, I'm not having fun with this. Then you push through points and you're like, hey, I really like this. Then you want to stitch on it.
I'm waiting for that to happen with the sewing machine.
Yeah, that sewing machine was a challenge for sure. So, you know, there's many challenge groups out there. Lots of them. I participate Virtual Stitchers come the new year. They're going to challenge us with a new start on the 29th because it's a leap year. Magical Stitches is still going to be around next year, but they're not going to be doing Harry Potter. Come January, they're going to be focusing on the Disney aspect, and there's some reading assignments. You don't have to read the books. You can join the group now and not have to read the books for Harry Potter to understand what's going on, because it is. It was kind of like mid-swallow. Because it's about do 100 stitch or do 200 stitches on. Let me give you a different example. So Maleficent is a villain, and when we meet Maleficent in the storybook, then you might have a challenge that week that says Maleficent's face was green. So stitch 250 stitches on something green or something with green. So you have, the books just kind of lay out the skeleton of a challenge, the groundwork to give the people that are putting those challenges together. And God bless every single one of you that put these challenges together, because you are so inventive. But it gives you some place to go. There is a lot of groups out there. Ask around, get involved. Ask at your local shop. Maybe there's a lot of sit and stitches in local shops. I see newsletters and stuff from different places and they do different things and different challenges. So, it's meant to be fun. Yeah. It's not meant to be stressful. And if you're in a group and you feel like you are stressed out and it's more than what you can do, take a step back from it, but don't give up on it. Just take a step back. There's some weeks I'm in 5 groups. I'm going to tell you. And organizing 5 groups makes my head hurt some days. I am going to do a video on how my thought process works and how I track things, and because some people have asked about it, but it's going to come later on. Because I need to think about how I want to do next year for my tracking. Anyways, I'm in 5 groups. I try and make those challenges, one project, work for as many of those groups as I possibly can. So 200 stitches in white might work for this group, and I might need 100 for this group, and I might need 200 for this group. So I try and make it work. Or it might be this group, it's that project. It's a teacup that has 100 stitches of white, and I need to do 100 stitches on teacup. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Not to confuse anybody, but just to, dip your toe in, check them out. Virtual Stitchers does a homework video every week. Sammy J and usually Lisa are on there. Vicky. They do a lot of the homework videos and giving their thought processes and ideas on how they put stuff together. One of the challenges for this coming week for School Magical Stitches is to stitch on a food item that could be gifted to and explain how it could be gifted. Well, I'm going to give you a little blip of my mind. Daily 30 has a bonus challenge of putting 300 stitches in on a Frankenstein because it's Halloween. So I went through my Halloween magazine, found a Frankenstein pattern that has a little child Frankenstein. And guess what Frankenstein is a bucket for trick-or-treating that would have candy that would be gifted to kids that are trick-or-treating. So now I've used one project to cover 2 challenges. So I hope that makes sense, because now I can stitch on my Frankenstein piece that has the bucket of Halloween candy that can be gifted to children for trick-or-treat. So there's a little storyline, what have you, but...
You really emptied your brain right there.
I did. I'm trying to, I believe in the challenges, that it does get me motivated, and I've done a lot more stitches since becoming involved, and it's definitely a whole community in listening to the people's stories and what they come up with. It just is really interesting. So, okay, so if you're interested in Virtual Stitchers, they have a Facebook group. I highly recommend, join their Facebook group. There is we do get on Zoom. People from Australia, Switzerland was on there this weekend. The United States, of course, Australia. There's
South Korea or North Korea?
South Korea. So there's all kinds of people from all across this world, all on different times, all anxious to talk or to listen. There's times when you're in there might be 2 people and they're stitching, and there's times in there that I've been in there this weekend that there's been 20 or more people, all talking, all having fun, all sharing a wealth of ideas, showing projects that they're working on. So it is a virtual room that you can sit with other stitchers, and you can just sit and listen and see what everybody's working on, or you can become part of the group and have that conversation and ask questions, and I think you'll be received with open arms.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Boy, did I go down a rabbit hole on that.
You really did.
I apologize. I don't even know where we're at time-wise, but hopefully we're still recording. I have a finish. Yay! And that's why I wanted to talk about challenges, because the whole reason I have a finish is because this worked into so many different challenges since I started it, and I've been utilizing it heavy in the last 2 weeks to try and push it out to get it done, because I promised this pattern to a friend. So I finished Halloween Quaker by Lila Studios, and here is my finish. Da-da-da-da. Where's my bells?
I don't have a bell.
So here's my finish. I did take some liberties. I made my witch green and gave her red hair. I also put my initials and my husband's initials down here at the bottom, and the date the year that I finished it, and did a little liberties. But I'm really liking how it turned out. I'm ready to go take this and have it framed at a framer. I'm going to give you points of advice, though. A quick tip.
What are you going to do with those?
By the way, this is on a 32 count Lugana, Haunted by Color and Cotton. So that's what I stitched it on. Here's my pro tip for you today. I started this January 1st of this year. It's my New Year's start. I finished it October 11th at almost midnight. So my pro tip is I got a quantum frame because I was new to stitching. I kept seeing a lot of people with these quantum frames, thought that was the way to go, was real excited, got the quantum frame, had already ordered the fabric, was ready to go, and then tried to get it on the frame, and I was having problems because the quantum frame has a really thick scroll. It's thick, like thick. So it took a lot of fabric to put it on to make sure it stayed on. So either I'm doing something wrong, which is highly possible, or it is not, it just, I needed more fabric. And I've seen other stitchers do this. This is what I did. I took some scrap Aida that I had. I'm going to show you the back of this board. I took some scrap Aida that I had, and I stitched it along the top edge and the bottom edge, so if you can see that. And the reason why I did that was because then I could put this into my frame, my scroll rod, and it didn't take away from my fabric. So hopefully that makes sense. It just gives you more on each end when you're putting on a scroll rod, so that if you are really close on your fabric needs, that you have the fabric to play with. Because otherwise I'm scrolling up and I would have been short. I was really close, as you can tell. Down here is the bottom. You know, this is the bottom of the fabric. I did have some extra here on the top, trying to make that work. So, okay. So that's my pro tip for you. And that's my finish. Yay. Okay.
Ring, 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 ring.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling. Okay, so let's talk haul. One of the topics we talked about on virtual stitchers, and I know this has been a virtual stitcher referral today, but somebody had asked about what glue do you use to make needle minders. So I thought I would share this with everyone because it's what I use when I make needle minders, and that is this E6000 glue. So this is a pack that's at my local Michael's. It's a couple of bucks, and it's got 4 little glue tubes. They last a long time. Definitely worth the purchase. I have some in here and some future needle minders that I have that I was going to make, and I haven't made it yet. And those were pins that my husband took the backs off of. So E6000 is the glue that we use. I never had it, have not had to date any problem with the backs coming off using that glue. So I want to talk about haul as part of that, and to follow up with that. We talked about we were at our Keystone Safari, and part of the shop had stones. And I really liked them, and I thought I was going to get some stones and turn them into needle minders. So that's what I did. So we have a moose. Hopefully that's... And I'll have Samantha take a picture at the end. I have a blackbird. And these do work. And you saw my little dude guy on my capsule.
Little dude guy.
My little dude guy. I have a dragonfly. Oh, dragonfly.
Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just messing with magnets. I'll stop.
And then I think this one is probably my all-time favorite because who wants a frog? But, yep, I got a frog. So Amy loves toads. I found a frog. So, there you go. I thought that was neat. All right. Hopefully you could see that. I have more haul from well, let's start here. I am in Bag of the Month by Leslie for Under the Sea Fabrics, Fabric of the Month Club. And so one of the fabrics that we got for this past month was Changing Leaves. I have a 32 count Lugana, and it looks like...
Are you sure we didn't show this?
Yes, I did not show this. So that's Changing of the Leaves. Very pretty pinks and purples. One of the things that her club right now is it's closed. She opened it up over the summer, and I was able to get in. And I do Fabric of the Month because I am a new stitcher with no stash, and so I look for in my stash to find stuff, and it gives me some variety on hand. What Leslie does is she does dye extra fabrics, but she doesn't just sell it to everybody. And at the end of the year, she does a, like her Fabric of the Month sale with whatever she has left. And whatever's the top 3, if I understand right, the top 3 sellers then become part of her actual line that anybody can order. So, if you want to wait for something, you can wait, and potentially you'll be able to get it. That if you see somebody showing their month fabrics. Words are hard this morning.
Fabric of the Month.
Fabric of the Month. Okay. So there is that. I also have 3 fabrics that I purchased from Slovak Farms. She sent to me, and let me go back here. They're all 32 count Jobelan. I really like 32 count because it's small enough to not be a blanket when I'm done. I do have 28 count. I've got some 36 count fabrics, but that I've picked up scraps of, but I'm still not, my comfort level's not there to jump into 36 yet. So, okay. So teal, this is Seafoam. This came from Slovak Farms, so this is Seafoam, and you can see there is a little bit of spotting on that, but I didn't mind. I purchased it that way. She had it on her Facebook page, I believe, and that's fine. It just gives, to me, it's character, and I think it's part of her dyeing process that she said sometimes she'll get that. Not sure. I don't dye, but I don't mind it. So. Pretty colors. That's a Seafoam, and
it's a nice blue.
It is a really pretty blue, and I don't have much for blue fabric.
You get such a colorful fabric, but I don't see you ever stitch on.
I do. I have lots of stuff stitched on. This one is called Black Ice.
Oh, I love that one.
And that's really true to color, what you're seeing. So I like this. This is, like I said, Black Ice. Perfect. Looking forward to stitching on that. And then do you ever have that piece of fabric that you purchase and you know right away exactly what that will be perfect, what pattern it'll be perfect for? Well,
she had that moment.
I had that moment. This one is, and this fabric didn't take the dye, like the other 2 are kind of softer. This is a little bit stiffer. It's the same fabric, but I think it's the dye. This is called For Your Thoughts. Look at this. Oh my gosh. If you're looking down, look up. It's beautiful. I love this. It is true to color. Such variegation on that. When I got this, I knew right away what pattern I wanted to do. And it's Barefoot Needle Arts Moonlight Witch. Oh, I'm getting a glare. Sorry, Gary. Breaking the rules.
Sorry, Gary.
So Moonlight Witch by Barefoot Needle Art, and I think that is going to be perfect on this. And it's called For Your Thoughts. So check out Slovak Farms if you're interested. I'm really, this is going to be a start probably very soon. It might be this month.
That'd be exciting. Halloween start?
A Halloween start on Halloween, potentially. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited. And there's not many colors on this pattern. It's only got two colors. Yeah, I only see two, black and gray.
Maybe it's purple. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. It's got, it is a purple. It's got 310 black. It's got graphite in it, and it's got a violet.
Nice.
Imagine that. So, I'm excited to get that going. So, hopefully you'll see some progress on that over the next year. So, what I do is I put that, and I put that fabric, because I know what that's going for, right together. So, I am ready to go. All I need is my floss, and I've got that on hand ready to go as well. So, that is all of my haul.
Is it?
It is.
That was the quickest haul.
I know, right? I've been slowing down the haul, guys. Gotta save up for StitchCon, so.
And Hades sale.
Hades sale, yeah. When there's a Hades sale, I've got my wish list going.
I got my wish list too.
Samantha does too. Yeah.
So bad.
Samantha's found a new person that Izzy shared with us last night, Isabel. She does a lot of Hades, and she was on Virtual Stitchers last night showing us some things. And one of them was a cancer pattern.
It was zodiac stuff.
And Samantha decided to get on there and see what her zodiac sign would be. It's Capricorn, and what that pattern looks like, and has been drooling ever since. And telling me, boy, Mom, that'd make a really nice birthday present.
I wouldn't complain.
She wouldn't complain. Imagine that. And Samantha's birthday is December 28th. So.
I mean, it's perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
You got two chances. You got Halloween.
All right.
Not Halloween. You got Christmas and my birthday.
I know. Okay. All right. So we had winners announced on our 13th episode, Floss Tube. Kelly Engelbeck, you should have your giveaway. I've already sent it to you. It's in the mail. Cheryl, you were the winner of our Gayron bag. I saw that you got into the group. So just let me know if you have any problems picking out your bag. Gayron, Ronnie is, I know that they did a post. They usually post their new bags on Saturday, and you only have 30 days to use that. So I just want to make sure that you're not having any problems. Let me know, and if I can be of any help. So.
Did we ever say it was Saturday, October 13th? Or not Saturday, Sunday?
It is Sunday, October 13th. I did somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
So
we need to get on that.
I know, right? We had asked for everyone to say happy birthday to our friend, Joni and Glenna, who celebrated their birthday on our last episode, and said we were going to, because of the birthday, we were in a giving mood, and we were going to give away. If you said happy birthday, we were giving away mesh. This is like a plastic mesh bag, along with a Roveris pattern. This is a Roveris spider web, and there's three things here in this. I was going to pass along. I have stitched this. This is just for the pattern, and I'm passing it along to our winner. And we are going to insert that video here. Okay, so this is for our happy birthday giveaway for the Roveris pattern and a mesh bag. We have our YouTube random comment generator. We selected last video, episode number 13. Today is October 13th. And we put in the keyword happy birthday for celebrating Joni and Glenna's birthday. So let's see how many comments we have. 32 people said happy birthday to our friends. And we're going to start our random pick number here. And the winner is Amy Siniva. And Amy says happy birthday with some hearts on there. So congratulations, Amy. Our contact information is below in the comments. Please email us your address and we will ship out your giveaway prize to you. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Congratulations, Amy.
Congratulations, Amy Saniva. You responded, and we actually did that right before starting this video. Thank you, everyone, for wishing our dear friends Glenna and Joni a happy birthday. If you do pop onto Virtual Stitchers, I guarantee you will meet one and both of them. Because at some point they are both on there fairly frequently. And they are wonderful to sit and talk to and pick their brains at the knowledge that they have and the years of stitching they have under their belt. So congratulations, Amy. Thank you, everyone, for saying happy birthday to our friends. No giveaways for this week. We're going to kind of wrap that up.
Yeah.
Get some of these things out. And plans. Next Sunday, we're meeting up with our new Stitchy friends. So that's a plan we're excited about.
Yep.
Anything you got for plans?
Oh, I might be doing that 90-day thing for my hate. I might have just seen it and be like, oh, might as well start on this. So
okay.
Maybe might be some extra progress on my hate. So.
Yep. And there's a by the numbers group as part of that. You can do 1,200 stitches. If you miss the kickoff for the 90 days, you could do the 1,200 stitches. It flies by faster than I anticipated. So.
Well, you gotta do full stitches.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you only have 2 colors in your castle so far.
So far. We're getting out of the sky. The castle's starting to peek out at us. So, all right. I think that's it.
I think that's it too. Is there anything else?
I think that's it.
Did we ask our question?
Oh, our question. So, here's my question.
Question of the day.
Question of the day. Because I'm kind of on the fence. Do I wait and do a whip parade at the end of the year? Because that's when it seems like that's predominantly when people do whip parades, is at the closeout of the year. Or would you like a whip parade now and do a finish parade at the end of the year for what I finished this year? Because right now I'm up to 19 finishes.
And it's like our 1 year of stitching, I guess.
Right. And to forewarn you, I think I only have about 22 current whips that I'm working on. But I'm talking whip parade, pulling everything out, so it may be more that I forgot that I had. So
it might be an hour-long video.
If that's something you're interested in and you like a good whip and you want a whip parade this month, leave a comment below that says, yep, thumbs up, I like a good whip parade anytime. If that's something you're not interested in, that's okay too. Just say, yeah, no, I prefer to wait till the end of the year to see what everybody did for the year, and that's fine as well. I just wanted to kind of put that out to you and see what your interests were. If you want to know more about challenge groups, send me a message. I'll try and link you up wherever I can. There's a lot of them out there. And as a new stitcher, it's hard to kind of navigate through all of that information. I had somebody took me under their wing and kind of showed me the way. Thank you, Martha, very much. Get us started in the right direction. And so I'm happy to do that for anybody else that's interested in having trouble navigating or having questions. I'm open to it. So, because that's how we all learn. That's how I keep learning in groups. They were talking about another one last time. Like, what group is that? So,
yeah, I heard like 3 different groups last night.
Yeah, so there's a lot of discussion, and so that's fun. All right, so I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Thank you for staying with us this long. I know this has been a longer video than what we've had recently. We definitely will try so hard to stay in that 1 week. We just need to have enough to show you that I think to warrant a video. So,
yeah.
I do, but I think if we wait too long, we end up with too much.
You'd end up with too much.
I do end up with too much. So I just wanted to tell everyone thank you so much for watching us this far. Please like and subscribe. Tap on the little bell that's down below
to get notifications.
So you can get a notification when our video goes up. Like I said, this is us visiting with our friends, and we're putting ourselves out there. We look at each and every one of you as our friend. And we appreciate all of the communication and contacts that folks have emailed and they've texted and got in touch with us, and it's been fantastic. So thanks again for watching. Stick around. You will see our Keystone Safari at the end, and some pictures of some project pictures we'll post at the end as well, so you can get a better look at what we're working on. Bye everybody. Have a great day.
See ya.